So today we're gonna be doing a really fun challenge. Fun for me. I don't know if it's gonna be fun for him because we are at Indigo, which is a very big bookstore. Yeah, it's like a really big bookstore chain here in Canada. It's kind of the equivalent of like a Barnes & Noble. I'm here with my boyfriend. I figured I would challenge him to come to this bookstore with me and pick out a couple books for me to be reading in this next month. I haven't told him anything about books that I want to read, but I have been telling him about books that I'm currently reading and what I'm enjoying. So we're gonna see how much he pays attention to what kind of stuff.
I already have a good idea.
You have a good idea?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you want to tell them?
Smutty romance.
Okay. Anyways, so you can pick like 1 or 2 books that you think I'm gonna really enjoy, and then I'm gonna have to read them and I'm gonna rate them. Hopefully they'll be 5-star reads. Have you done any research?
Yeah,
like,
I
what's
picked
good?
New York Times bestsellers only.
Okay, that doesn't necessarily mean that they're that
nothing.
good.
I'm pretty sure you could buy a New York Times bestseller like.
I don't know. I feel like all it takes is like for a book to go viral on Book Talk, but sometimes like even those, like everyone will be gassing them up, but then I read them and they're not always that good. So we'll see. I have faith that you're gonna do great. So
are you gonna time me? Like give me a certain amount of time that I'm allowed to find it?
No, because I want you to do good. I want you to find the best books. So you can have as much time as you want. There's like 3 hours till closing, so take your time.
Okay.
And really channel what would I read? What would I like to read? So
let's do it.
It's gonna say a lot about how much you pay attention to me when I talk about my passion.
I pay attention a lot. I need to find billionaire guy.
Okay.
And you also like grumpy guy, happy girly trope. What is it?
Grumpy sunshine?
Grumpy sunshine. Yeah, there we go.
I've read some of those, yeah.
I'm trying to pay attention.
Okay, let's go. Thank you. Ooh. We're here. Oh my gosh. Notebook section. They know what they're doing with putting all these right at the entry. Are you ready?
Yes. Hold on. Guys, look. Spicy book talk. Discover trending titles that bring the heat. That's crazy. Oh my god, I've seen this actually. Love Theoretically? Wait. I've actually seen this somewhere. This might be a good one. I've actually seen this somewhere. Rival physicists collide in a vortex of academic feuds and fake dating shenanigans in this delightfully STEMinist rom-com from New York Times bestselling author of The Love Hypothesis and Love on the Brain. Let's read this. The many lives of theoretical physicists. Okay, boring. Honestly, pretty sweet gig until they're carefully constructed. Boring.
Okay,
MIT.
You shouldn't get it.
Let me just flip to a page. Wait, I don't want to spoil it. Don't look. Oh. I like it actually. I look up. There's a faint smile on his lips. You like being yelled at? Oh. How did I find this page? Wait, what's happening? Oh my god. Well, Love Theoretically is, that one might be pretty good. It's a good romance.
This is the first one I read it. The second one, this is what I'm reading right now. These are for
With You Forever. Well, this kind of look like me with a beard.
It looks like John Wick.
First comes love, then comes marriage. They just cut the first comes love out and said, then comes marriage.
Oh, is this like a...
Opposites attract in this heartfelt modern marriage of convenience romance about finding love and home in the most unlikely places. What? A party game gets out of hand, ends in an unexpected kiss. Months later, Rooney's staying just next door to him for a cozy A-frame getaway and is temptingly within reach. Axel Ellis, brother, okay, long time, their kiss was an accident. Months later, so stumbling upon him at their property, feelings are unrequited, thanks to the distance, so she keeps her desire to herself. They unexpectedly find their paths and problem converging. Marriage proves to be the perfect solution, at least until they face a new dilemma, a marriage of convenience that has inconveniently become a love match after all. That's adorable. All right, I'm getting this.
Okay.
Done deal. That's great. So they just marry out of convenience, like to help each other out with some papers or green card or something, but they actually fell in love with each other, and so they just kept it. That's so sweet. There it is, With You Forever by Chloe Leese. That was book 1. I gotta pick another one. Hold on. So that one's good though. That's cute as heck.
Okay.
Wildfire. Oh, that's that series with the we know about that.
This is the first one.
Yeah, we know about that. We know about that. That's boring. Bride by Ali Hazelwood. Wait, isn't Ali Hazelwood the same one that writes that? Yes.
This is very popular right now.
It is very popular. Have you read this?
No.
No. A vampire bride and alpha werewolf form of a dangerous alliance in this enthralling new paranormal romance. Misery Lark, daughter of a powerful vampire councilman, is an outcast. Her days of living anonymously among the humans are over. She's been called upon to uphold an alliance between the vampires and their mortal enemies, the Wares. Werewolf, vampire, love thing. Giving Twilight, but like, Misery has her own reasons to agree to this marriage of convenience, reasons that have nothing to do with politics or alliances, everything to do with only one thing she's ever cared about and is willing to do whatever it takes to get back what's hers. Let's just flip and read. Flip and read, flip and read.
This is how you judge books based on like a random page.
Okay, I'm afraid he'll ignore this question too, but a few minutes later, he shakes his head. Slowly, he turns and comes to stand in front of me. What if you hadn't been here? He murmurs. What? If you hadn't been here with your knowledge of human anatomy, his jaw works. I'd have had to choose between her health and her safety. Ah, I see now where this is coming from. Oh, this is some... All right, what are your thoughts on paranormal? Like, what are your thoughts on like werewolf, vampire-y love stuff?
I'm down. I don't normally read paranormal stuff, but...
Good. This is time. It's fucking wild. All right, cool. This is it.
This is it?
Yep, because I want you reading this Allie Hazelwood. She's very popular right now.
Yes.
Okay, there it is. Yeah, so we got that one, and then we got this one. This one's very cute story. You're gonna love it, I think.
Okay.
All right, it's cutesy. It's like, oh, it's loving, and then this one is just like werewolves banging vampires. So I'm buying these for you right now. You're gonna read them.
Okay. All right.
That was easy.
Okay, let's do it.
2 books. Are you looking at more books?
I read this, and Reese is my favorite book boyfriend so far, so I kind of want to like.
Is this Billionaire Reese?
No, that's the bodyguard.
Oh, that's the bodyguard. It's the bodyguard. Oh my god. All right,
Okay.
so these are the 2 books.
Yes.
I think that you're gonna end up liking this one more than this one,
Yeah.
but I think that this one will be like a new experience.
I'm excited because I've
So that's
never, I don't really read paranormal stuff.
I was about to say, and also,
So-
you've not read any Allie Hazelwood?
I haven't
right?
read Allie
See, that's
Hazelwood
the thing,
yet.
and she's like been very popular lately, so I think this will be good gateway, at least you see if you like her writing style, you know?
Yeah, and then this one, I've literally never seen this in my life. I also kind of want to get this because this is so freaking popular on TikTok right now, and I think I would love it. First of all, it's like so cute. Like, can we talk about this freaking cover? Is this the first book though? Oh, it is the first. Oh wait, it's a little smudged. I'm gonna try to find another one, but yeah, this is like this is Wild Love, Rose Hill series, the first one. So I have no idea what this is even about. Let me best friend's little sister, and knowing you can't have her. Oh, okay, so there's like a little sibling trope thing. Guys, make sure to like, comment, subscribe.
You can't even keep a straight face when you say it.
Hello, it is a new day. I had a really productive day yesterday of just getting a lot of videos done, and I barely got to read anything. So today I'm having more of a chill day and have a little bit more opportunity to read. So I figured I could put a dent in this. I started reading this a few days ago, but I'm only on page 16. To be honest, I'm having kind of a hard time getting into it. I mean, that doesn't sound like it's fair because I've barely even given it a chance. I feel like you don't really even understand what the book is about until like 50 pages in. So I think that's what I'm gonna try to do today. Every time I go to pick up a book, I'm like drawn to my Kindle because I'm currently reading the Twisted series and I absolutely love it. Like, I love everything about the Twisted series. I want to finish the whole series, and then I want to pick up more of her book. They're just like chef's kiss, like 5 stars, obsessed with them. I love the man, I love the plot, I love everything about it. But that being said, I am doing this challenge, so I do have to get through this. My boyfriend picked this out for me because it is kind of like out of my usual picks. It is a little bit different. I don't normally read fantasy, and this is her first like little romantasy, I think. But Allie Hazelwood does have a really good rep in the romance like genre, so I'm sure the romance in this is gonna be amazing. It's just a matter of me getting into it. So far I feel like I'm struggling to kind of like take it serious because it's giving like Bella from Twilight and Jacob. I don't know, let me know if you guys had a different experience during this, but I have to give it a chance. I also picked out my favorite little mug and it kind of matches the vibe. I'm loving the red accents. So this is feeling perfect. So I'm gonna sit here, I'm gonna relax and get some reading done. Also, I don't know if you noticed, but I put up a new shelf with my reading addiction growing. I literally had nowhere to put all my books, like the physical ones that I do have anyways. So I finally went to IKEA and I bought the shelf, and I've been shopping for random little room decor things, and I'm planning to do a whole room transformation. So keep an eye out for that. I'm gonna post on my vlog channel, but Okay, the book is kind of picking up speed. It's just explaining the dynamics between the vampires and the werewolves and the history and like a little bit of the main character's background and like her relationship with her family. So it's getting better. It's getting a lot better. I haven't read too much. I've read like literally like only this much, which is like 32 pages in, but it is getting exciting. But I am gonna move because this chair is not the most comfortable, so we're gonna go to my bed. Okay, I'm gonna read a little bit in my bed. My bed is literally so freaking comfy and cozy. I'm obsessed with it, but let's do some reading. Hello, it is a bunch of hours later. I would do a little reading to kind of decompress and relax. I do need a little world that I can just like jump into and like forget the stress from today, because today kind of sucked. That's the good thing about being a reader. If today sucks, you can just open up a book and get lost in another world with new characters and new plots and just like new dynamics and rules and everything like that. So I'm really excited to actually do some reading. It's a very cozy type of night. It's still early. It's only like 10:30 right now, so hopefully I can do a little bit more of the reading and actually get into the plot and figure out what the plot is and figure out like what's actually happening in this book, because so far it's still too early to tell. But hello, it's me again, attempting to read this book. I feel like it's been literally taking me so long because I've been so busy. So I've been trying to like squeeze in little reading sessions whenever I get a little break. Right now I have like about an hour to read, so I think that's what I'm gonna do. Currently on page 72, and I'm pretty sure this is very similar to my last update, but basically it's still a lot of like world building and trying to figure out the dynamics, figure out what happened, the politics of the world, like who has beef with who and for what reason. So we're still at the very beginning of the story. There's just like a lot of questions that are being brought to light, and you're just trying to figure out who's related to who and through what and what happened and like what the beef is and everything like that. So hopefully we'll get a little bit of answers. Today has been an absolute vibe. It was literally raining earlier, but right now, as you can see, it's just like sunny, and my bed and my whole room just feels so comfy. This is like my favorite part of the day to read, because it's just like such an amazing, impeccable vibe. Like, you know what I mean? Like some settings just feel more welcoming to reading. So this is really fun and chill. It just feels like spring day. Anyways, let's get some reading. Update. I finished reading The Bride last night and I have a lot to say. I want to preface this by saying no tea, no shade to Ali Hazelwood. I'm sure her other romances are different and better, but this one just not hit for me at all. The average rating for this on Goodreads was literally 4 stars, and I was baffled when I saw that. I did not love this book, and I had really high hopes for it because it is by Ali Hazelwood, and obviously everyone on TikTok is like eating up all her romances. Everyone's always hyping it up. I personally haven't read any of her other books, but I always assumed that they were good. I just like haven't happened to pick any up so far, and I had really high hopes for this. I really did, but unfortunately this kind of let me down. It was kind of a snooze fest. I fell asleep multiple times trying to get into like the first even 100 pages of the book, which obviously not a good sign, but I did really want to give it a chance because my boyfriend chose it and because I knew I was doing this challenge. So I was like, fuck it, I'll tough it out. Even though I normally would have DNF'd a long time ago, I really wanted this to work. So the whole time I'm like, oh, surely it's about to get better, surely it's about to get better, surely it's about to get better, and then it just like never did. As you can see, the first half of the book, nothing even remotely exciting happened that was worth having, and it was a struggle to get through. It was a lot of information dump and world building, but the world building I feel like wasn't done very well. I haven't read a lot of fantasy to know how the world building normally is, but I was just struggling to imagine what everything looked like. I couldn't even tell you what our main girl character looks like. I don't think she was ever given a description other than like super specific things like her fangs and her pointy ears. Eventually they did have more intimate moments, but it literally took forever, and I felt like there was no chemistry, there was no build-up, there wasn't like heated looks across the room or anything like that, no tension, no nothing. So the spice when it happened just felt like totally out of place. Also, this guy literally took no initiative at all, ever. I felt like she was the one initiating everything. She was the one trying to like tug at him and like start things, if that makes sense. And it was just like really weird for me. Like, it literally seemed like he didn't even like her basically the entire book. I just did not get that vibe based on what he was saying, based on how he was acting, based on like how his vibe was described. So I did not eat this up, unfortunately. Obviously you would assume that this spice would be kind of like weird and uncomfortable because it is a vampire and a werewolf, but I don't know, it just went like way beyond that, and it was just not it. Pun intended. If you know, you know. With that being said, I'm happy that I finally finished this because it means that I can move on to this book, which I was honestly not as excited about. So it's kind of like a bittersweet feeling because I really thought the first one was gonna hit. So now I'm just like really hoping that this one will. I looked this up on Goodreads just so I can see what the general rating of it was. I didn't read any reviews or anything like that, and it is rated 4 stars. But then I found out that this is book 4 of a 7-part series. Why does it not say that anywhere on the cover? I hope that they're not too like interconnected to where there's like knowledge that I'm missing out on. I hope that everything is gonna get explained and I can try to read this as a standalone, but I'm kind of pissed because why do I have book 4? Like, now if I like this, if I go back and read books 1, 2, and 3, there's things that will probably be spoiled from the first 3 in this book. So I'm kind of annoyed, but yeah, hoping to get into this, and I'll update you more as I get through this. I'm hoping that this will be a little bit more fast-paced than The Bride because I was really struggling. It took me multiple days to literally get through the first like 90 pages of the book, and then I literally forced myself last night. I cleared my whole schedule, I finished everything. I was like, I'm gonna do nothing else today instead of read The Bride. I decided to DNF it or decide to finish it, but I cannot be stuck in this like routine where I'm starting, I read 10 pages, then I fall asleep, or I get bored, or I end up on TikTok or do something. So I'm glad that The Bride is out of the way, and let's get into this. Opposites attract in this heartfelt and modern marriage of convenience romance about finding love and home in the most unlikely places. Okay, this is already sounding more promising than The Bride, so we'll see. Update. It's been a while, and yes, I did get my hair done. I don't have it styled or anything right now, but I got some layers, I got a little trim, and I also touched up my highlights, and I'm obsessed with how it turned out. And I'm finally here to talk about this book. It has literally been weeks and weeks and weeks of me trying to pick this book up, trying to get into it, falling asleep, almost getting in a fucking reading slump because of this. I don't know what it is. I just cannot for the life of me get into it. I give it a chance. You know, I'm 40 pages in and I was gonna tough it out. I was initially planning on forcing myself to read it because it's part of a challenge, of course, and I was like, maybe it gets better, but I just cannot do it. And there's just like so many other books in the world that I would rather be reading. Every time for the last few weeks that I've had free time to read, I literally get so excited, and then I get kind of like slumped every time I realize that this is a book that I'm supposed to be reading, because I just am not in the freaking mood for it. I don't know what exactly it is about it. It's just like not really for me. It's a little slow, it's a little weird. The main guy's name is just like throwing me off because it's just like not really a cute name. So like certain things like that have just given me the ick. And this is such a short book, guys. Like this is like 350 pages. Like I've been reading books way bigger than this, but I'm just like not in the right mental for this book right now. So therefore I have finally come here after weeks and weeks and weeks of actually trying to finish this book and get into it and get invested, to announce that I am DNFing it. Now, am I gonna throw it out the window? No. I'm probably gonna keep it here, and I do eventually want to give it a chance in the future when I'm in the mood for it. But literally there's just like too many other good books on my TBR that I cannot find a valid reason for me to sit and read a book that I'm not super passionate about when there's so many other ones that I'm dying to read. So yes, unfortunately this is a DNF. We will revisit this topic at a later video when I decide to give it another chance, but it's just like not for me. Honestly, I'm kind of shocked with the outcome of this video because when I filmed this initially, I genuinely thought that my boyfriend would pick out good books. Like I've been talking to him about all these books that I like, and he's usually like very attentive. Like when he buys me gifts and stuff, it's always stuff that I like. When he buys me food or drinks or surprises me with anything, like it's always stuff that I enjoy. So I know that he listens, so I think that's why I had really high hopes. But to his defense, he hasn't read any of the books that I'm reading, and he hasn't read any of these books either, which is why he couldn't have known that I wouldn't have enjoyed them. I do want to maybe give him another chance to redeem himself. If you think he deserves another chance to pick up my books to redeem his reputation, comment down below, and you know, I might be open to it. I also think it's like super unfortunate that he picked both of those books out not from like a random shelf. These are from like the Book Talk shelf in Indigo. So these were supposed to be bestsellers. These were supposed to be really good, really popular romance books, and both of them just like didn't really do it for me. The first one was like okay, and obviously Ellie Hazelwood is very popular, and her other books I hear amazing things about, but Bride was her first fantasy debut like novel, so maybe she doesn't have a lot of experience with it, so obviously it's not going to be like the best book she's ever written. Also, I'm not the biggest fantasy girl myself, so we're already out there with picking books that I wouldn't normally read and are in authors that I haven't read yet. And then this one is literally like book 3 or 4 of a series, but it doesn't say that on here, so I don't really know why that is. Also, both the books coincidentally happen to be Marriage of Convenience, which again, not my favorite trope. Not necessarily against it, like if it's done right, but I just feel like the pacing and the vibe and the characters of these books, like I just could not really connect to them. So anyways, not gonna lie, I feel a lot of weight off my shoulders now that I am free to go film other videos and free to go read other books, because I have been feeling guilty AF every time I grab another book, knowing that I'm supposed to be reading this, and that's just like not the right mental to be in when reading. That's how you— oh, my necklace, what happened? That is literally how you end up in a reading slump, and it is prime reading season. It is officially almost summer, and I'm not trying to freaking get in a reading slump right now, forcing myself to read a book that I don't like. So really hope you guys enjoyed this video, and stay tuned because there's more reading vlogs coming up very soon. I'm editing one right now. That video has books that I actually picked out myself, and I love them and I'm enjoying them so much, so stay tuned for all the recommendations and the reading vlog from that one. But all that aside, I hope you guys enjoyed. Make sure to subscribe if you haven't. I post on here every single week, sometimes more than once, and follow all my socials. Everything is linked down below, and other than that, I'll see you in my next video. Bye.